Show me all the places I've never known. And we'll chase the night, erase all of these broken dreams and flight.
Hey, what's up, Muscle and Strength? IFBB Pro Stephen Cow here from Team BPI. Today I'll be showing you guys what I eat for my pre-contest breakfast. So I'm gonna show you guys what I'll be cooking today. When I'm prepping for a show, I try to keep things very, creative. That way I don't get tired of eating the same foods. So I try to mix things up and throw in like little things to make it taste better. So first thing I'll be doing, like a handful of spinach. Yeah, for the most part, I have a coach that actually manages my diet, and I just follow what he puts on the plan, and I'll add in little things to make it taste better, but for the most part, I'll be following the plan. Usually, even if I'm not prepping for a show, the food will be pretty much the same, but I'll have more carbs. Like I'll throw in some rice cakes with maybe some peanut butter just to have more food because, I'm not in a deficit. But for the most part, my off-season and pre-contest diet is pretty much the same. It's just more carbs or lesser carbs. It just varies. I always use a scale when I do the egg whites just to make it really accurate. Oh, 10 ounces. I just throw it in there just like that. 10 ounces of egg whites. And then I'll do 3 whole eggs. No. Then I'll do 1 serving of this. It says 2 ounces per serving, so I'll do the same thing. I'll just weigh it out. Just like this. Make sure you tear it so it's on 0, and then you just pick at it. Just put out a lot in there, actually. And then I'll use this to stir it up a little bit. I'll try to make it like an omelet, so it's pretty big, and usually I'll eat this meal and then I'll wait about maybe up to 3 hours, and then I'll have my pre-workout meal. 2 to 3 hours, depends on how I feel. But this should hold me off for a few hours. I always try to make my breakfast my biggest meal because typically I would do fasted cardio when I first wake up, and then my body's literally just starving for food. So right away I try to get in a really dense meal right after I do my fasted cardio. While this is cooking up, I'll get my oats ready so that way it'll both be ready. Just do a packet of the cinnamon and spice oats. And then I'll add just a tiny bit of water. Throw this on a microwave for about 3 minutes. So this is pretty much done. It's kind of like a I try to make it look like an omelet, but sometimes it doesn't come out that way, so it'll be kind of like scrambled eggs. And then for this, it says 28 grams per serving. Pour it right over the top, just like this. So just to make it just a little cheesier, because it makes the eggs taste better, I'll just put it right over the top. I like to do these little tricks just because it's more sustainable when you're dieting, especially if you're doing like a 12-week prep for a show. You want to be on a diet that you can maintain for a long period. That way you can keep up with it. I feel, because I've done preps before where, especially like my first show, I would put no seasoning. It would just be just straight up plain. And for me, mentally, it gets tougher because it doesn't taste as good, And just doing these little things makes it taste like 10 times better, and it doesn't really have that bad of an effect. It's pretty much along the lines of what my coach wants me to eat. When I did my first show, I was clueless about cooking, to be honest with you. And then as I did more shows, you know, I started watching more YouTube videos on how to cook certain things, and just got really creative with it. So it makes it actually a lot funner too, especially instead of just eating plain old food. I like to, you know, mix it up and add certain things. And for my oats, I like to add a little bit of some ground cinnamon, just to make it taste better. Just add a little bit. And then I'll be adding half a scoop of ISO HD. So it's about 25 grams per scoop. So half of this will probably be like 12.5 grams of protein. I just do it for the taste, just to make it taste a lot better. When I make my oats, I'll put a little bit more water than usual. That way it's more runny. So when I add, you know, the half a scoop of protein, it makes it mix a lot better, and it just tastes a lot better too. It's more volume. Whereas if I were to just put like a lesser amount of water with the oats, it comes out really dry and just really hard and not that pleasant to eat. So those are just like little tricks to make it, you know, taste better. All right guys, when I eat my eggs, I would like to add like, you know, some kind of sauce to make it taste better too. Typically I wouldn't cut out, you know, sodium at all when I prep for a show. It's actually more essential for me because it actually keeps me full. So I'm running low on sriracha, but I'll be adding, you know, a little bit of sriracha to my eggs. You know, more flavor to it. And as far as, you know, the sauces, as long as there's no sugars and carbs or fats, if it's just pretty much like, you know, 0 calories, it'll be fine. I'll also be adding some Himalayan pink salt. I'll actually be adding it to my oats too, just to have that little kick to it. But yeah, this is my breakfast. I'll be getting on stage in about, I would say, 8 hours, probably 8 more hours. But I'm gonna go back to bed. It's 2 a.m. Gotta be up at 4.